Sammy Levitt had a great tweet last night that really kind of puts it in perspective. I retweeted it. I will pull it up right now. The Padres played mostly good defense this season. Through their first 123 games, they had 49 errors. That was tied for the fourth fewest in Major League Baseball in that span. Your top 5 defensive team.
Super solid.
Padres have committed 15 errors in their last 12 games, including tonight. Most in Major League Baseball during that span. What does that tell you? It's not.
It tells me more than one thing.
Well,
I mean,
it's not stone cold evidence that they've quit and are lazy, but it doesn't help that case.
I mean, I think 3, 4, or 5 of those errors have been by Ha-Seong Kim, the one player that most fans will say is the one who's out there still giving it his all. But his defense has really taken a hit. He didn't get charged for an error last night, but he had a critical play that went off his foot. They gave him a double on that one.
That dude a double.
They didn't get an error on the bunt single, but it was certainly not Kim was a little late getting over to first base to cover. Ha-Seong Kim has actually been one of the biggest defensive culprits after being literally the best defensive player in baseball. It's hard to throw him under the bus, but when you look at those declining defensive numbers, you can kind of circle the right side of the infield. After Jake got hurt, and you've been putting Garrett Cooper and now Matt Batten out there who are not great, first baseman playing out of position in the case of Batten, and then Kim's decline, and Manny has been a little ragged as well.
And he's apparently, I was reading AC's newsletter, and he's pretty banged up. He's got the shut it down, man. There's no reason. Don't be a hero. Not that you could be right now. Just it's done. It's over, man. Wash your hands of it. Move on. This team has a bigger problem. It's something that I didn't think I would see. And you're seeing people out there not turn on the team, the San Diego Padres, but they are turning on players that they used to love. Then they're saying blank is my favorite player. But after watching blank play this year, I don't like him anymore. I'm seeing that more and more and more. They are leaving a really poor taste in fans' mouth, which is tough. Like if you love a player, you're supposed to love that player forever. It's gotten a little dicey, I think, and that's how bad it's gotten. They've got more work to do next year than just winning baseball games. They really need to go back to try to win hearts and minds again. I'm not kidding. Like, I see it more and more every single day. Like, blank used to be my favorite player. Now I'm questioning myself. Blank used to be my favorite player. Now they just seem unlikable. I see the word unlikable about this team way more than I thought I ever would, because when they're good and when they were hot, damn near the most likable, fun team. We're in here defending them. Everybody's defending them. They're our guys. I mean, they're still our guys, right? But they got some work to do. They really do.
I guess it begs the question, can a team have a losing record but still be likable and fun?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's absolutely possible.
I don't know that it is.
I think it is.
Especially for a team that had high expectations.
Oh, you mean the team like this?
Yeah.
No, other teams. I'm talking about other teams. There can be a team that's not winning as much as they should. It's all based on expectations. So, bro, there's been some really likable Padres teams that weren't good, but man, you love the effort that you saw every night. You loved.
But would it have been possible for this year's team to have this record, but for fans to go, yeah, but they are fun. I love watching them play. I know that they're 30 games behind where we thought they'd be.
The only way.
Man, they look like they're having a good time out there and having fun. It's impossible.
The only way.
They have to win
the only way
to have fun.
Would have been where, like, if the pitching staff was decimated, which was, part of the fallout from a couple of years ago. If there was something you could point to go, well, definitely wasn't our year, but man, our guys played hard till the end. They gave it their all. They continued to pull for each other. This is stupid. I'm going to say it anyway. I wasn't going to until I got a reinforcement on it. Game starts last night. Put it on first second. The first camera shot you see is into the Padres dugout. And it's Gary Sanchez standing there, staring out at the field in his gear. Manny walks by, doesn't look at him, doesn't say anything. Niebla is standing there next to Sanchez. He says a couple of words. It looks like it is a team full of statues in the dugout. We're talking pregame. We're talking pregame against the rival San Francisco Giants. Big game at Petco Park. Still a lot of fans there last night for, how poorly they've been playing. It looks like a mausoleum, right? So then they pan over to the Giants dugout. They're slapping asses, playing grab ass, having fun, needling, ribbing, high five, going through the line. And I go, all right, well, I'm no body language expert, but that didn't look great. So then I check my DMs. My boy Mike goes, hey, did you see that? I go, what? And he goes, the dugouts. I go, I did. I saw that. I'm curious if anybody else did. It just looks bad. It looks like they're done.
Yes, but when you play the way the Padres have, there's no winning that situation. If the Padres If the Padres were in the dugout slapping and high-fiving and looking like they were having
a game,
good
that'd
time,
be great.
I think it would anger most fans.
Oh, no way. No chance.
You don't deserve to be having a good time out there.
You're not having a good time. You're getting fired up for the game. That's it. You'll see the 0-14 Lions or something. They don't just walk out of the locker room. They come out ready to play. Our guys were standing there like, let's get this over with. Let's get it over with. It's a dumb thing. It's 2 seconds of a camera grab. That's it. But somebody else noticed it, and I noticed it right off the bat, and I went, man, that's you can be having the worst season of all time. That doesn't mean you don't go up and go, let's go, come on, let's go, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. And it was glaring.
There's a human part of me that understands. They're frustrated. This is not fun for them, just like it's not fun for us as fans. However, I see these highlights from the Padres minor leaguers, and I don't obviously get to see the whole game, but you see Homer Bush flying around making catches in the outfield. You see these young guys looking like they're having fun and caring, and Jackson Merrill is hitting bombs, just absolutely crushing the ball. And they've had a long season, and they've been grinding it out for months and months in the minor leagues, and they look like they got plenty of energy and pizzazz right to the end of the season. It does feel like the Padres lost it at some point, somewhere, or if they ever even had it.
If they ever had it.
We were talking about this all the way back in April, really, when they were in Mexico City and the piñatas came out. And, it was like, I don't know, that when they play bad, you don't really want them. Are they celebrating the right way? Are they forcing it? What's going on here? Haven't we been talking about this all season long? Even when we didn't know this year was going to turn out the way it did, that there was something a little off the entire year?
Yeah, there was. It's not an uncommon thing to, before a baseball game, tell your teammates, let's go get him. Come on, man, let's fight. Let's have some pride.
Now, you saw 5 seconds. It could have happened 5 seconds before the camera went on or 5 seconds after the camera went on.
For sure.
So that's why I'm always wary about analyzing body language from being on television.
I'm just telling you what I saw. There's a couple people in the chat that agree. They said, I saw the same thing. It's just a season worth of bad looks.
Well, I think back to a conversation. You went on a rant sometime early to mid-July, I would say. Mm-hmm. You said, I'm going to watch this team like a hawk.
Mm-hmm, and I did.
And your message was, don't get apathetic. They want you to get apathetic and just not care.
Yeah.
Care. Watch this team.
Yeah,
let's see how they finish this season out. That was back before the deadline.
Oh, yeah.
The writing was on the wall for the 2023 season. So I'm curious how that hit for you.
Well, that's why I say they've got work to do more than just on the baseball field. Honestly, I think there's a lot of there are going to be players that go, I don't care what fans think, and I don't care what the media thinks. I played for me. I played for my family. Fine. That's great. Good for you. But I think, I would imagine every player wants the whole package, right? They want to win. They want to be respected by their teammates. They want to be loved by their city. You're seeing it in Philadelphia. You're seeing it like crazy. We'll play you some Nick Castellanos audio later in the show that I thought was outstanding. There is no culture here. There is no identity. The only identity right now is collapsers. That's what their identity is, collapsers. And until they change it, until they show some contrition, some humility, I think, it's hard to do. Being humbling yourself is really, really hard. Crazy thing is, baseball does a damn good job of humbling you anyway. And they've all been humbled this year. And what I saw last night, you look up and it's the third inning and it's 6-0. You're like, okay, you can't tell me you're out there still dying to win.